This week on Gambling with Good Juju, Kurt is loud wrong. The Nuggets win in 5. RJ gives us an update on Odds Jam. We break down the U.S. Open and our plays for the week. And we talk about our recent trip to the Paradise Casino and a recent new roulette strategy from RJ.
We can't lose. No, we can't lose.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Gambling gods, fickle bunch. Oh yeah, so easily affected.
We have a shooter and a good one coming out for a new point. Get your bets down, ladies and gentlemen. He's a rolling point is 9, place 9, 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen.
They bet on absolutely anything. Don't make them prove it.
I finished up. I don't have any total. I mean, the tournament as a whole, I don't have complete numbers on because I just bet so many games.
You're tuned in to Gambling with Good Juju.
Welcome in, everybody, to Gambling with Good Juju. Great start, Curtis.
I really thought we weren't doing that part.
Yeah. All right. I'm skipping over in the agenda, and we're going to Kurt Loud Wrong first. So Kurt was on Twitter this week, and he was yelling at the books, and we don't know why, because he deleted the tweets.
Multiple books. Multiple.
So tell us what happened.
This is fantastic. Okay. So I made the same line, on 2 different books. I guess one book I bet it for over 9.5, and the other book I bet it for over 9. Don't ask me why I did it. I don't remember even making the bets. But I did it. So here we are.
But you made the bet sober.
Yes,
okay.
Of course.
You just make so many, you don't remember making those particular ones.
It was a Raz play.
So it's a baseball game.
It was it was
oh my God.
Here we go. It was.
I'm glad you're not blaming them.
No, I'm not. No, it was Tennessee. It was game 1, Tennessee and whoever they're playing in the College World Series. Who'd they play?
No. Go on.
They played some team.
All right.
I had the over 9, and then for some reason, I had the over 9.5, and then some reason I saw over 9, and I was like, "Whoa, let's double down."
Okay.
Apparently, that's what went through my mind.
And it lands on 3.
It lands on 9.
No, it lands on 8.
Okay. That is 8.
So
that checks.
I start going through, I was like, oh, yeah, I remember I bet on that. Because the game got suspended for weather, and it resumed the next day.
Oh, house rules.
So I look at my bets on the 2 different books, and for whatever reason, I think I bet the under. So now I think I bet the under 9.5 and under 9.
Right.
So I see the first game is completed on Sunday morning with the final score of 5-3. So I'm like, I won both these bets. Why am I getting tagged for losses here?
Right.
So I start looking at the rules. Well, if the game gets delayed with thunderstorms and resumes in 36 hours, and it's a bet. So I'm like, hey, I know there was a weather delay. I bet the under. I won these bets. So I get on Twitter.
Immediately, of course.
Immediately. First, I DM the first book with screenshots. And I'm
on
like,
Twitter?
Yes.
Like a psychopath?
Exactly. I DM them, and I'm like, hey, I won this bet. What the hell's going on here? Then I look again at the ticket, and I go, oh, never mind. Sorry. I bet the over. Then I look without even looking at the other ticket.
You go yell at that intern.
I go to the second book. Instead of DMing them, I just get on Twitter to make an actual tweet, which is the tweet that you saw that I deleted after I sent the tweet, and then looked at the screenshot that I sent them and saw that I played the over.
How is it that you finish the first one and immediately go to yell about the second one without actually checking to see?
Well, that sportsbook isn't going to help me out. Let me move on to the next one.
Right.
So
you didn't look at the screenshot of the second one before you did the same thing again?
No. I guess somehow in my stupid brain, I was like, well, maybe I bet the under 9.5 and the over 9.
Oh, yeah. Right.
But you didn't think to go double check this.
Like I've got a middle.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
That's great.
So I fire out that tweet, realize I had made a gigantic mistake, and immediately deleted it.
Okay.
And then went on, and then I posted another tweet, which was just like basically that I'm blind and can't read.
Which is obviously not the problem.
Well, there's something wrong here because I thought I bet the under, which started the whole thing. So
Okay.
I thought I won the bets.
Did anybody reply to you?
Thank God, no.
Yeah.
That
Your
would have
tweet didn't get called out by anyone?
no. It
One,
got.
one of the benefits of having 50 followers right there.
Thank you, all 56 followers. I love you to death.
Shout out my followers.
Shout out my followers, all 56 of you.
36 of whom are Russian model bots.
Yes, I love the Russian model bots so much. They never talk to me. It's great.
Svetlana.
You would think one of the sports book that I DM'd would have been like, dude, no.
Absolutely not.
No.
Could you imagine how many DMs they get in a day?
Yeah,
They
that's
do
true.
not read them.
Yeah, you're right.
They
you're
no
right.
way.
Because there's 10,000 more psychos like me going, you
Not to
missed the assist.
Not to mention all the Russian models.
That's true.
Imagine how many followers they have.
So that's the story. Yeah, I'm basically a jackass. So
All right.
In
It's great that you were wrong.
yeah,
You were also wrong in just like getting on Twitter immediately and yelling at the sports book.
Yeah.
That's-
You
well,
didn't
that's the
even take a
problem.
minute to
no,
process,
no, I didn't
to
proofread.
sit back,
No,
to think about it,
No.
to calm down.
no.
Right.
There's none of that in my
Also-
biology makeup.
So
They all have pretty okay customer service.
Well, see, I've done that before, and I've looked like an idiot. So like I've gone to
but
like
not this time.
Not this time.
I've gone to
Not this time.
I've gone to customer service. I'm like, hey, why didn't I get this promo boost? And they're like,
Read the fine print.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then I read the fine print, and I'm like, sorry.
But that's fine. That's their job, right?
Right? Yeah.
Not the social media interns. It's not their job.
Yeah, that's true. I
Their
didn't
favorite
think about that.
customers are the ones who don't read the rules, Kurt.
Literally. It's like, we'll send you a sticker. Thanks so much for not reading the rules.
Hey, here, have a $10 free bet on us.
Oh, man, if they did that, I'd do it every day.
Right. So that's
All right.
that's
well,
what happened. Well,
all right.
I'm
Just
glad
trying to
you-
point out maybe there were two lessons learned. One, remember what you bet on, and if you don't, check. And two, don't get on social media first.
Kurt, we're moving on. This was great. Good job, Kurt. Did you learn anything?
Yeah.
No.
No, we'll find out. We'll find out in the future.
Yeah, maybe you did. We'll
Maybe
see.
I did.
All right. So we're going to move on.
Yeah, good
because
idea.
I really want to ask you, Kurt, how did your betting on every NBA team
Oh, yeah.
in the finals go?
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. It was so neat to get that $2,500 boost to my account last night.
Baby. Ooh, baby. That's neat.
So I guess I'll figure it out one of these days when I sit down to figure out like
Yeah, get a pencil, a conversion.
the conversion rate,
you will, yeah.
because Pickett doesn't keep track of the free bets. So like I was hoping I could tag all of them, and that's what I did. I tagged every single free bet that I had on an NBA Finals winner, and they all just show up as 0 except for the ones I won.
So you don't know
So-
what the free bet amount was.
Right, I'm gonna have to actually go through the book. and
I had the
track
same
it.
issue trying to do some of the math I wanted to do on the promo conversation last week.
Yeah.
Is the free bets and things like that don't help.
Well, that stinks. I'm happy to say I only have free bets on the Golden Knights tonight.
Ooh, I think we all do, don't we?
Yeah.
we all do. We're golden.
Yeah. By the time this gets posted, they'll be on their parade.
By the time this gets posted, the parade will be over. We'll be talking about Ja Morant.
So shout out Nuggets for making everyone money, and shout out the Knights for making everyone money.
Yeah,
I was on both those.
good.
I
Yeah.
was happy with that.
Yeah, local radio. Speaking of local radio, you brought that up earlier. They said it was an unwatchable finals.
I didn't think it was unwatchable. The last couple minutes of that game last night was awesome. Where it was like,
Oh my God, yeah, it
Butler
was
makes
fantastic.
a 3, another dude makes a 3, Butler makes a 3, another dude makes a 3, and it was just like there were some close games.
Sure, like no star power or whatever. But
This series is not going down in any history books for any reason.
I watched more of it than most NBA finals.
I've seen worse.
Fine. But
Like, there
it's
wasn't-
the combination of play on the court and interest from the nation.
Right.
So
LeBron
it's
James, no
not
Steph
going to
Curry.
be.
Yeah.
It's a combo of things. It wasn't the matchup, regardless of star power.
Yeah.
It was an overmatched Heat team against the Denver Nuggets, and that's what we saw.
Yep. Yep.
So-
I was happy for Jokic. And I loved every single animated GIF of him getting picked last at the All-Star game and the Taco Bell commercial when he got drafted. I laughed every single time I saw that come across Twitter.
I'll never forget this year's NBA All-Star game draftee selection where two of the last players are the two European studs who actually might be the two best players in the NBA.
I mean, I hope they learned something.
No one cares, though. They're just drafting their friends. I mean, Kyrie Irving went before both of them.
Yeah, no, I don't mean the players. Maybe it's not a good idea to do this.
Yeah.
It's fun. I don't want them to stop doing it. I want to laugh about this next year when they still do it.
Yeah, I did love the Taco Bell commercial being played while he got drafted, and obviously the pic of him in the sweatshirt. That was pretty good. You see that one?
I didn't see that one.
He's like 8 years old wearing a Nuggets sweatshirt of all things.
That is awesome.
That was supposed to be Gallinari wearing the whole Celtics outfit when he was like 14. Unfortunately, that didn't pan out, but maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
So
well, I mean, 4-1. You called it.
yeah,
That was neat.
I did.
You did call for one.
Yeah, good job. Not trying to take anything away from me on that.
It was the only thing I predicted. So
Well, yeah, everybody clocks wrong twice a day.
Right. It had the real feel to it. I felt good about that bet when I placed it. I was like, I don't see him sweeping, and this series is not going long.
Oh my god!
So-
Did you watch the game last night? Obviously, you did, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I did watch the game last
I mean,
night.
not that we get into like breaking down sports, but like that fake kicking the balls.
Oh, that was unbelievable.
Oh my god!
Wasn't that unbelievable?
And that was
can't
proof
believe that
they
stood
were
up.
trying to extend the game. Jesus Christ! Come on, guys. That was out of control.
That was out of control.
Yeah. I mean, even the announcers on the broadcast were like, well, this is getting overturned. That's not a foul.
Right. It was so obviously not a foul. Like we weren't even listening, but like it was obviously not a foul.
Right.
Yeah. End rant.
I don't know who the refs were for that game. I do know people have strong opinions about NBA referees. So
Yeah, I don't know. Was it Scott Foster?
It wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No, but it was a pretty
Tony Brothers?
established guy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the crew chief guy he's pretty well known, and he's not. I don't think he makes really egregious calls either. That's why it was surprising to me.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think what happened ultimately is they called that ticky-tack crap where Jimmy Butler landed on the guy's foot, right? So after he kicks Aaron Gordon in the nuts, when he lands on the guy's foot, and they always call that.
That's crazy.
didn't the refs not used to be the ones who made judgment calls like that? Wasn't it?
Secaucus.
Is it still?
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
That's
I mean, they go there and
it's
they
hilarious.
look at the TV like they're
Yeah,
doing it, and then they're
Yes.
like on TV like they're doing it. But yeah, I actually don't know if Secaucus does it still.
I'm assuming that they do it just based on the games I've watched and the way they act. It would be really funny
Right, if they're not having nothing to do
if
with it.
they've been looking at that TV all year, then coming up and being like, here's what I got.
Yeah.
And it's just being fed into them, and they're looking at the TV monitor, just listening in their ear going, yeah, tell me.
because they
What?
they bust
Okay.
out the controls.
Yeah,
and
like
do
they're
like the
rewinding.
rewind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, all
absolute
right. Cut
bonkers.
that. All right.
All right,
So
that's it on NBA.
it's it, right?
Yeah,
We're done. I mean,
let's move
hockey's
on.
ending
Right,
here
it's
right
over.
now. NBA's ending. We've done it. We've gotten to the next phase. So here we go into the dog days of summer. We're going to get into two big topics today. One we're going to talk about specific to sports gambling, get into a little bit of the U.S. Open, some of the stuff we're doing there, some of the stuff we have coming up for you guys who might be interested in golf. The other big topic we want to break down was our recent trip to the boat and RJ's new roulette system. As we continue to get excited for our trip to Vegas, we are ramping up our efforts to be amateurish professional gamblers.
Amateurish professionals.
I don't know where to go with that. I'm a pure amateur. I have
Right.
no denying that.
All I want to do is be able to play any game at the casino and understand my odds and the rules. That's it.
And get points.
I mean, yeah, of course.
Because you want to live in the casino for free. Spoiler alert.
All right.
All right, real quick. Okay.
Before we get into that stuff,
Yeah.
there's a couple things I want to cover off real quick. First of all, we've got to shout out folks who have made purchases
Yes.
from the store.
Thank you for stopping by the store, maybe listening to the show. I don't know how else you would have found the store otherwise. But shout out. I promised Jimmy at the end of the last show. Shout out Jimmy in Fort Worth. Thank you again for the purchase. And Allie in Cleveland, thank you so much for stopping by the store as well. Hope you listen to this and tell your friends.
Oh, that's awesome. You added the hats to the store.
Yeah. Oh, I got some samples inside. I'll bring them out when we're done.
Ooh,
Yeah.
awesome. My wife's interested.
Sharp.
I
Sharp.
might
They
have
look
to
good
hook
on
her
her.
up with one of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Let's do all that,
too.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Twitter,
follow us on the
Instagram,
Instagram.
YouTube, on your podcast platform.
Yeah, at Good Juju Bets, pretty much everywhere.
All right. The one other thing you had was an odds jam update for us.
Sure. So Odds Jam, me and Kurt were actually just talking about this before you walked up. Not much of an update. It's not worth the money. Absolutely not. But now that I know what it is, I've actually just been going to the Plus EV page every day and refreshing it as often as I'd like. And you always get the best play for free. And like, before, like years ago, I was doing that and like looking and like, oh, that's kind of interesting. But it's like you get one play and then it's a paywall. And it's like, oh, I bet all the good stuff is behind the paywall, right? But now that I've done it, I know it isn't. And there's only like one good play at a time.
And how many times does that update? Once a day?
Every 25 seconds.
So you can keep getting one play throughout the course of the day?
Yes. So I'm going to continue the exercise here and we'll see how it pans out.
Do me a favor, send out the link to that to the audience so we all have it.
Yeah.
Let me know how I can sign up to get, I don't even want to do the trial. I just want to be able to access that page.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, it's kind of a pain. But now that I know, like, the email thing doesn't really work because, it's not really fast enough and you basically just have to look at this page and refresh it all the time anyway, it's basically the same thing. Shout out OddsJam for giving away the product for free.
All right.
I agree.
Stay tuned. Scientific experiment coming.
Yeah, we did kind of mess around with it out here in the garage before the show, and I wasn't able to get the play that they had. It had already moved. So that's one thing. Like, it's going to move like that.
Same if you pay for it, though.
Yeah, true.
Right.
Very true.
Yeah.
Unless that's a delayed feed in some way. But I don't know why they would advertise it with a delayed feed.
Yeah, I mean,
useless.
it could be. I've been doing it for days, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how is that going?
I mean, it's going fine. Like, I win bets, I lose bets. It's not going awesome.
How many?
But it's a lot of CLV, which gets you limited, which is not awesome. So, right, I'm going to continue the experiment. Like, I'm gonna make 5,000 bets, and we'll see what happens.
5,000?
Yeah, maybe 500.
Are you doing them all at $2 levels still?
I mean, it's a few dollars. I don't want my accountant to hear.
Cut that.
Okay, so like I think I'm up to like 200 bets. So like I'll go to 1,000. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
After 1,000 bets, if it didn't work, it doesn't work.
I would agree with that. 1,000's a pretty good sample size, I think.
So 1,000 bets, and you have to update us on where all you're limited now.
That was going to be the easy part.
Right. So what's your performance over 1,000 bets, and then how much are you limited in your action because of it?
All right, so great segue. I just want to shout out a couple of future sponsors of the show. Shout out Caesars for not limiting me yet during this little escapade. Also pretty sharp, so it doesn't really matter. Shout out FanDuel for not limiting me yet on this situation as well.
It feels like FanDuel's cool.
FanDuel's very cool.
They feel like kind of like a pretty cool older brother that's like, yeah, no, we got a real job. We got to make money, but we'll be cool. We'll buy you beer and stuff. And it's like, eventually they're going to be like, show's over. Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
We'll see. All right, let's get into talking about summer. So we've got coming up a pretty big event this weekend with the U.S. Open. Mm-hmm. We're really excited. We're going to have Mr. Brad Thomas on in a couple of weeks to talk about the life of a gambling Twitter content creator and pick provider and all-around entertainer in the space.
Yeah, shout out Brad Thomas. Thanks for coming on the show. I'm looking forward to it. I know you had a lot of success betting on golf with him over the last year.
Yeah, and I'm betting him this week. So
neat.
He gave out 3 plays. He gave out Homa, I think, a long time ago, and I didn't get on it then. So I haven't placed Homa yet, but I'm on Hatton and I'm on Scheffler. I might have a couple other tricks up my sleeve as well, but definitely want to get in on his action. He actually just got married, which is...
Oh my God, we'll have to send him a gift.
He was out in Vegas and got married to his wife.
I did see that. Yeah, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
That is awesome. Congratulations as well. We'll talk about it and we'll see how your experience was when you come on the show.
You bet in golf week in and week out, so?
No, but I am ramping up right now.
It's because there's nothing else left.
That, and it's fitting my current lifestyle even better now.
Yeah.
Working, being home more with the kiddos and stuff like that.
That's very cool.
Golf on 4 days a week is something I'm paying more attention to.
Smart.
So I'm getting in on it there. I actually bet the Canadian Open last week. And lo and behold, guess who I was on, boys? Don't say Nick Taylor, because it was Tommy Fleetwood.
Yeah, he lost, right?
4 playoff holes.
Oh, my God.
I have the worst luck in playoffs. I don't want to give out a number that I don't know, but let's put it this way.
Happens a lot.
I have won once in a playoff hole, and my wife laughs every single time it goes to a playoff hole because it's become such an infamous thing in our household that if I have a golfer going to a playoff hole, he's going to choke.
Oh, man.
It's like he has my own genes in him. Because, yes, I do have the choker gene in me as well. Between me and my golf bets in playoffs, it almost feels personal.
Did he choke? Or that dude hit a huge putt, right?
Unbelievable. No. The golfer did not choke. Tommy Fleetwood did nothing wrong.
Okay.
It was a 72-foot eagle putt that got made.
Unbelievable.
It was unreal. It was a Canadian playing in the Canadian Open, and they hadn't won in like 50 years. Have a native win the tournament, and he wins it on a 72-foot eagle putt. And I'm just sitting there going, I want to be happy for this guy right now because this is really legitimately a cool story.
But you're steamed.
But I am furious that, of course, not only do I have the losing golfer, I had to be the guy who had the golfer on the wrong side of history.
Yeah. But don't feel too bad for me. He had Nuggets at 4-1. So
I did,
yeah.
and I have the Vegas Nines.
And that guy nailed that putt, and then didn't security tackle the wrong guy or something? Crazy.
Adam Hadwin, another Canadian golfer, was going to celebrate with him, and security tackled him. Yeah, laid him out.
So yeah, golf's kind of fun, I guess. I don't know.
Golf's really fun. I mean, and then there's the controversy. I'm disappointed that the whole PGA Tour Live Golf thing got resolved. For the record, I don't care one way or another about anything in particular.
You just wanted the kind of drama?
I enjoyed the drama.
And that was fun during the Masters.
It was neat to have those guys coming over and playing the majors. It was good for the game overall.
Yeah.
In terms of people were paying more attention.
So what's the deal here? I'm not following this because I don't really care about golf, but they're going to play together again, or
I don't actually. Yes,
okay.
There's they're merging.
Yeah.
And the head of Live Golf is actually going to be the chairman of the board.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And the head of the PGA Tour is going to be the CEO.
It's ridiculous.
Fascinating.
So look, I haven't read into it enough. I have thoughts on this, but
whatever.
Good juju. We need good juju, not bad juju.
What a weird thing. Okay.
That's the problem. It's a weird thing, right? And so I'm just focused on what we got in front of us, which is some good golf and some good tournaments. And at the end of the day, whatever drama and noise in the background, I'm just disappointed that rivalry aspect that was going is gone. That's really my only personal take on the merger itself.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, it was. And it didn't need to end so weirdly. Like it would have been cooler if it played out in a more interesting fashion.
Like how cool would it have been if they had done it separate for a year and then had a playoff or something.
Right.
Like they could have really made it cool.
Yeah. Our best guys against your best guys.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah.
That
A whole new tournament.
But the PGA Tour didn't want to acknowledge them and wasn't going to acknowledge them.
Oh.
PGA
but
Tour
we're just going to hook up with them.
Right. That's the thing. That's what has...
ridiculous.
Exactly. That's what everyone is like, wait, what's going on here? How is this happening? It was met with extreme puzzlement, really, when the whole thing was announced. Everyone seemed shocked and what? How do you do this right now?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah, weird.
It's because there was litigation all over the board.
Oh, right. They were suing each other and stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Let's stop.
All right. So in 2 weeks, we're going to interview Brad Thomas. That's awesome. So that means in 3 weeks you get to hear that.
And I'm tailing his card.
For
on the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
But the other thing I'm doing now is I'm playing that last man standing again.
Oh.
And I can't remember if we did the Masters. Was that our
You did it.
first episode?
You did it. Mm-hmm. One of the first ones, yeah.
Yeah.
How close was that to the beginning? That was one of our very first episodes, and I played the last man standing.
Like before we actually posted them?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
I don't
think
remember. So the audience might not even know about this. So let's give a quick rundown here. So last man standing. It's a competition where you pick 3 golfers. Their numbers have to add up to at least 150.
What do you mean their numbers?
So they each get assigned a value. Basically, think about their odds.
Like a rank.
So like if Scotty Scheffler is plus 700, he'll get assigned a 7. And the sum of them has to be 150.
So you got to pick long shots.
You got to get some longer ones in there if you want to pick favorites. So I stayed away from, I don't want to give away too much here, but I stayed away from the shortest odds. Grabbed a couple of guys who were in that kind of second tier of golfers, and then took a longer shot with my third golfer. So you pick 3 golfers. They have to add up to 150 or higher.
Yeah.
They all have numbers assigned. And then once that's done, you submit it, and you just follow those 3 golfers. And the best score combined of the 3 golfers from the entire competition wins the pot.
And this is like a group on the internet. Throw this.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And they're somewhat official. I mean,
Yeah.
they're good guys. I've gone back and forth with them on Twitter because they're based over in the UK.
Oh, neat.
So their bank details don't align with us Yanks over here.
Yeah.
So I always have to check in with them and be like, okay, so I send you via PayPal. I send it to this. This is the conversion rate.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. And
Neat.
then it's in.
They do every tournament, or?
I don't know if they do every week.
Okay.
I think they do the majors.
Yeah.
Maybe some big ones outside the majors.
Sounds fun. I mean,
But not every week.
when does it? This starts Thursday?
So you got to get your entries in by Wednesday night. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit this and post this part in the morning,
Oh, neat.
so that it's available for the audience,
Oh,
There
my
you go.
gosh.
and then they'll have all that available. But it's a fun competition. It's neat, and at the end of the day, it's just another little bit of gambling we can add in.
Yeah, very cool.
It's only $10. Well, for us, it's $13.25.
Of course.
But don't worry, we get it back with the conversion from pounds to American dollars, so it's all the same.
Yeah, that's neat. I might try it. I bet on weirder stuff.
I'll send out the link for them as well.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I got coming up for the U.S. Open. We're excited. We're excited to talk a little golf. In addition, we've been doing a lot of baseball lately, so getting into something else is fun and gives us something to think about. In addition to this, we have been preparing for Vegas.
Baby Las Vegas.
And I was fortunate enough to join my friends at the boat once again on Saturday night for a session of craps and a session of blackjack.
I'm so bummed I missed it.
And I show up to the table.
The cooler.
No, sir. I show up to the table like an hour and a half after Kurt got there. And Kurt's like, I'm about to go home. And I'm like, why are you going to go home,
This
Kurt?
is craps. This is craps, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, dude, you know what? Like, I got this arranged so I could come out, and then I get to sleep in tomorrow because we're doing fake Father's Day. So you can run out of money if you want, but you're not leaving.
Yeah, you're going to watch me gamble now, pal.
Yeah. So we get up there, and of course, he loses the last of his money as soon as he and I get our turns to roll. Because we were very quick to go 7 out. And then steadily throughout the course of gambling, I tried about 3 different crap strategies.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
So-
dabbling.
Yeah. So I did even across.
The
So-
even numbers?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I did
Was it-
4, 6, 8, 10.
Yeah, I like that
across.
one. That's pretty good.
I also did the 6 and the 8.
Mm-hmm. That's
That's
kind
a
of the
lot
bread and
more
butter.
conservative,
Yeah.
right? And then I tried the
Vader.
Vader.
Oh,
Again.
the Vader.
That's where you bet the don't come or the don't pass line, and then you bet the don't come until it
On
hits.
every single one.
We're not going to get into this whole strategy because it's insane. If you
Yeah,
want to know about the
that's-
Vader,
It's problematic.
yeah, Kurt, give a quick shout out to where you saw this video.
Yeah, Crappy the Craps Man, I believe. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the Vader guy.
He's
the
And he
Vader
calls
guy.
it something else.
What does he call it?
He calls them all something crazy. So
It's
I'll
like
find
I
the link.
dare you to.
Yeah,
I dare you to play this.
I
Yeah,
dare you
yeah.
to play this. So crap. What's his name again, real quick?
Crappy the Craps Man. Or
Crappy the Craps
Guy, one of
Man.
those two,
They
yeah.
love his videos.
Yeah, he makes
And-
awesome videos.
Yeah, and if you want to learn more crap strategies, check him out.
I should just start posting one every day. Actually.
Yeah. So I did the I dare you to bet on this
Yeah.
strategy.
How long
And that
did-
one was fine. I did it for one roller. That's
Yeah,
it.
he did it for one.
Oh, yeah.
He,
I was
did, he
just
didn't
like-
lose.
No.
But it was a sweat for him.
I
Yeah.
lost $10.
I tell you what, I have been standing next to this guy, pointing over to Jolly St. Vic over here, and he's like neck deep into this strategy, and he doesn't do it like how Crappy the Craps guy says. Crappy the Crap guy is like, eventually you got to stop putting money out there because you're not going to win any. But Kurt's like, nope, I'm going to really pressure test this and try to get every dollar that I've ever seen out on the table if I have to.
So I only know the Curtis strategy.
It's so uncomfortable to watch.
So I get halfway into one roller, and I realize I don't have the bankroll for this. And I'm just sitting there going, and I have to buy back in the middle of the roll
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
to keep going.
Oh, and you're slowing
And I'm
down the
just
whole
sitting
game.
there
Yeah.
laughing at Kurt, and I go, if I'm out of money, by the end of this roller.
So he hits his point, and I'm like, Pete, it's all good. All he's got to do is hit a 7 on the come out, and you're going to get all that money back.
Yeah,
And he hits a 7 on the come out.
But that's the neat part.
Yeah. And
But
so
it's
what did I
just-
do? I lost $10 to almost have a heart attack.
It's not for the faint of heart, for sure. For sure. Yeah.
So I play this strategy and I lose and I get down. And so I walk over to the blackjack table and I go, okay,
Oh my God. Here we go again. I know how this one ends.
I'm either walking out of here with all the money I walked in with
Yeah.
or none of it.
Yeah, that gambler's mentality, that's hard to shake.
So I go to the blackjack table and I sit down and they had just started a shoe, but I don't like to, because I always feel uncomfortable if you enter in the middle of a shoe. Or
Right,
whatever.
of course. Yeah.
So I always wait till the next shoe,
Right.
which gives me time to reflect on how much
You're about to get kicked in the balls.
how many times I have been to the Paradise Casino in East Peoria, Illinois,
And shout out future sponsor of the show.
and I have never walked out of there with more money than I walked in.
Oh my God. Ever?
Maybe one time. I cannot tell you the losing streak I am on at that casino. So I go into this and I'm like, you just one time. I do this all the time. I'm watching sporting events.
One time.
I always say, we need a one time. We need a one time. We need that one moment, where it's that one time.
Okay.
We need the one time. So I start playing, and Kurt comes up, and he's like, I like his strategy. Because here's what I would do. I'd start with, I had, like I said, less than $100. So I started with $25 hands on like
Oh,
3
my
hands
goodness.
worth. Boom, I get it up to 100, press 50. Boom, get it up to 150. Then I press 50 again. Boom, get it up to 200.
So you, oh my gosh.
So I should walk away, right? No.
No.
I put $100 out there.
And you know me, I'm eating it up.
Right.
I'm like, this is awesome.
This is
exactly what I would
This is the only
do.
way you do it.
This is exactly how I would do it. Boom, boom, 6 hands, we're out.
Okay.
It misses.
Well, I hope you didn't get like a double down or something.
So I'm back to 100. Go down to like 50. Get back to 100. Back up to $50 units. Get it up to 200 again. I do it again. I put 100 out there. I'm going for the glory. I lose again. Back down to 100. 75. 50. 25. Time to go home, boys.
Forget that. Tip the
Every
waitress.
single time. I had 2 shots there to be able to walk away with a winning night,
Yeah.
and I blew it. And I should have just walked away.
Now,
Yeah, you gotta know your exit points.
Well, he got his fair share amount of 17s. It was unbelievable.
Oh, really?
It was like every other hand he was getting a 17.
I mean, I was playing well, RJ.
Yeah, he was. He wasn't doing anything stupid.
You were playing very smartly at the rigged game.
That's the joke. Playing well at a blackjack table
Yeah.
isn't really anything.
Right.
I wasn't counting cards, so I wasn't playing well.
All right. Even then, who wants that trouble?
So now I'm kind of back to square one again, going, all right, I don't like blackjack. I've already said that. Craps is killing me in terms of I have not ever played craps in one. So what do I do
Oh, boy.
now? And you were talking about something you were exploring.
Yeah. If you want to spend a number of hours in a casino winning money,
I don't believe it truly exists.
roulette might be the way to go.
All right, let me hear why.
All right. So I was definitely dialed into the craps hard. And it's still good. It's still the most fun game. And I've got, 6 or 7 strategies down now. And I'm going to go in and out of those and like try to, get as much opportunity as I can quickly to get the cash out without risking very much of mine, right? But like there's a lot of finesse to that. That's what you're basically just describing. Like, progressing, regressing, and trying to do it in a sensible way. That's how you have to play craps and all rigged gambling games because they are rigged, right? But roulette, I've been following a couple of guys. Roulette Master on YouTube. Shout out you, Roulette Master, which is kind of a weird name, but he makes like a video every single day, which is excessive. But I've been watching a lot of those. And then, of course, Alex and David from Casino Quest. They're over on CEG. They do roulette videos every couple of days. Most of them are kind of like too much to handle, right? It's like all this stuff. You progress and regress and triple X and X-Wing fighters and all this crazy stuff. But this most recent one I found is so simple. So it's $10 on... I'm doing the second third and the third third.
Okay.
Right? So that's 13 through 36. $10 on each, right?
Okay.
They pay 2 to 1. So if you win, you win $10.
Okay.
But you got 24 out of the 38 numbers if it's a 000 board
But you got 2 units on the line
to win one.
to win one.
Yeah. So if you win, whoop, no problem. Bet it again, 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 right? And when you lose, you just go up. Not a true martingale, but it's like instead of $10, it's 20, then you go to 30, then you go to 40, right? And his way is a little crazy. He never goes down until you're done. I go down once you like get back to even. Does that track?
Yes, it does track.
Because like it gets up to where you got like $70, $80 bets on
Right.
2 things
Right.
to win $80.
Right.
But he's like, okay, you hit it. Now you just got to hit a bunch more in a row. It's like, okay, that's probably going to happen eventually because you have 2/3 of the board. But it's also like, okay, once I get past it, like, okay, even, all right, up 50, up 60, up 70. Okay, so get back down to $10 because why the hell not? I'm here for leisure activity, not trying to make a living, right? So it's as simple as that.
That's a whole strategy.
Yeah, buddy. It's pretty easy. I'd encourage you to get the roulette simulator. That's what I do on my bathroom breaks now.
So we've moved on from Crapsy.
Well, craps is just I'm so dialed. Like I got it. I got the payouts. I got the numbers. I got it all. I'm pretty dialed on that one. And I've actually never even done this roulette strategy in real life. So full disclosure. But
I mean, this roulette strategy is very easy.
it is so easy. And okay, so right, so it's almost too easy, right? You kind of want to make you feel like you're making a decision every once in a while. So sometimes I go from the second third and the third, and they got those other 3, the rows. So then I pick 2 rows instead, right? Because what the hell, it's all the same. So it's like, oh, I lose twice in a row over here. I better change it up and go over there.
Okay, so I'm at the table.
Yeah.
I put $10 on the second and $10 on the third.
Bingo.
And it could be, you could actually pick 1 and 3, 1 and 2, right?
Sure, it doesn't matter.
Just as long as you have 2 out of 3.
Yes.
All right, I lose. I go
no-
up to 20 on
20s.
each.
Yep.
I lose.
Yeah, you got 30s. You're not going to 40s. You're not doubling it. It's not martingale.
Okay, so I'm going to 30.
Yeah.
I lose.
Yeah.
I go to 40.
Yep.
I hit 40.
Yeah.
I go back down to 10.
No. He says you just go at 40 until you're done, which is crazy.
Why?
What do you mean go to 40 till you're done?
Like until you're done. Like, so it's like, okay, you show up with, let's say you show up with $1,000 and you're trying to win $150.
Okay.
So it's like you just bet 40s until you either lose and you have to go up or you get your $150. Like
I get it.
that's your exit point.
Okay.
Right,
Why isn't my exit point? I mean, why am
Why
I
is
not
it
betting
your-
$100?
What he's saying is if you bring the right bankroll and you start it low
Yes.
enough, you'll be able to cover the martingale system to a very high degree where you're covering enough numbers on the board. It's extremely unlikely you won't get to it before you run out of bankroll. And then as soon as you hit it, I agree with what you're saying, Kurt. I would go back down and start over.
Yes.
Yes.
If I have my bankroll going and
Yes.
try from square one again,
Yep.
I wouldn't then go, hey, I'm $100 deep into this. When I finally hit it,
Yeah.
I guess that's my number now.
Right.
Yeah.
I would go back down and then I would try.
You go back up.
Maybe what he's saying is the laws of randomness wouldn't suggest that run would happen again on you or something.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
that's
what
silly. There's
he's al-
no way.
Yeah. He's also saying like you get out at $150.
Right. So
Which-
your only goal is to keep this system going long enough until you hit a single run. And do you press?
When
Yeah,
you,
well,
when
what-
you
when you win, like,
when you
say
win, you
you're
bet
at
the same
10.
thing. When you win, you bet the same thing every time.
Okay. I'm going to try the system
Yeah.
of betting the second and third. Mm-hmm. I think that's a good entry point system.
Yes.
Can you bet that without martingaling it?
Sure.
Is that a reasonable way to go about this? As an
Absolutely.
entry level roulette bettor, is
You're not-
this system hold up without the martingale, or is this entirely about the martingale?
You're not truly martingaling because you're not doubling your bet, right? But you are progressing when you lose, which is scary.
But it's like the Vader strategy with the
A
craps.
little bit.
You have to progress to get back when you do.
When you lose.
When you lose.
And most importantly, it makes you really disciplined about stuff that we don't ever talk about, like your entry and exit points.
Yeah, we don't talk enough about that.
So you don't just like sit down at the table and be like, well, I'm going to get $10,000 or I'm going to lose it all.
It's actually unbelievable you brought this up because I had it in my personal agenda after this to be like, hey guys,
Let's talk about
what
that.
do I do
Yeah.
to walk away profitable from a casino?
Yeah, that's so important, right?
So we don't have all the time in the world
Yes.
to get into that
Yeah.
this episode, but audience, we'll put that on the agenda.
Yeah.
Because that's a really good topic for us to explore further.
Yes.
So we'll get that on the agenda and give that the proper time and respect that it deserves.
Because it is
what
the
I'd say.
hardest part. The
Right.
games are easy, right?
Right.
The games are meant to be easy.
Right. Like I just having done it a little bit more lately,
Yeah.
I know how to play craps now.
Right. It's
There's
so
a
simple.
couple of things I still have questions about, but I can navigate that table with no problem, with
Yep.
complete confidence.
You can
and it
talk to the
didn't take very
dealer.
long.
Yeah. Right.
So totally get that part of it, but I also totally want to be able to respect I'm not winning.
Yes.
And part of it is I know entry exit is not a thing that exists in my casino gambling when I'm super diligent about it in my sports gambling.
Right. So it's that mentality. It's that, and that's why I'm like a weirdo playing this stuff on my phone all day long. Is because I'm trying to teach myself that same discipline that we have with sports betting.
It's unbelievable. I was clicking through a variety of YouTube shorts today. Check out our YouTube.
Yeah,
page,
shout out
everyone.
Pete for starting on YouTube. Yeah.
Good job. And the two things that I came across, one was someone talking about a modified martingale system he was using, where instead of increasing by 100% on every wager, win
Yeah.
or lose, you increase by only 50%.
Yeah.
But every bet you target is a plus 200 wager.
Oh yeah. Wow.
And I was just like, man, I'm interested in what you're
Yeah.
putting out here. And I read the comments below the video, and just every comment was, the martingale system is a fraud. This is a fraud. It won't work.
That's
it
funny.
doesn't work.
It's actually the only 100% successful betting system.
Right.
But I'm just telling you what the comments
Yes.
are.
No.
You're-
It's absolutely insane to do it in sports betting, if that's what the thought was. Especially when you're trying to bet plus 200s. Like, that's kind of a risky proposition.
But in casino gambling, it's an effective gambling strategy, you're saying?
It is 100% foolproof. That's why they put table limits on them. And so this strategy that we're talking about kind of skirts the table limits because you have two bets, which is kind of why it's neat.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. So from a roulette perspective, let's continue this conversation.
Sure.
This was a really good entry point,
Yeah.
right? Strategy.
That's why I put this one in the back pocket, because some of the ones I was trying to do are just bunkers. Like, there's no
Right.
way I'm doing that after 2 Bud Lights.
But you're going to keep testing. What I like is that you're going to keep
yes.
testing. And when you find one that maybe is like the next progression from that,
Yeah.
like I'm going to get bored with that first one.
Yeah, but that's another part of the battle, right? Yeah.
So let's find what the progression is for a little bit more fun.
Yeah, we'll triple lux it, yeah.
And let's get a little more. And then maybe on the crap side of things, let's think about doing that as well. Let's get here if you're entry level.
Yeah.
Because this is kind of what you and I have been talking
Yeah.
about. I don't know what to do when I go to Vegas. Now
Yeah.
I'm starting to get an idea.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we can have that conversation, I think, a little bit more effectively.
Yep.
Here's where we should start for really conservative. And then once you get to understand it better and feel a little better, let's go here. And
Right. It's just like the sports betting bit, right? It's like,
yeah.
we showed up the first day, we had no idea what we were doing.
Right. So even while this summer may be light on different sports to gamble on, we still find our ways to get those endorphins going.
We've still got simulators on our phone. And pretty regularly weekend trips to the local Shout Out to Paradise.
Exactly.
Future sponsor.
Future sponsor of the show, yeah, thanks. At least let us videotape in there every once in a while.
We'll take the free deli coupons whenever you're ready.
Yeah,
to
but
hand those out.
100% beef hot dogs in the little thing out front. It ain't bad. Yeah, I wouldn't pay for them, but when I get them for free, it's kind of neat.
I think I'm going to cut this.
Oh, you should definitely add that. And tag the Paradise.
All right.
10 goals in this game. All right.
All right, boys. Are we good?
Oh, yeah.
That was
Hell
fun.
yeah.
We had a fun time with that.
was
All
great.
right, folks, listen up. When it comes to sports, when it comes to gambling,
Who you gonna call?
good juju. Have a good one,
We're
guys.
just ripping. Yeah.
All right.